embargo for 10:30 this evening. Any questions in Spanish or taped before the embargo is normal? Got the mics. Go away.
Pep, unfortunately we have to start with the events of what happened in the aftermath of the game at Old Trafford. Can you take us through from your perspective exactly what happened?
Well, good morning. I think the club made a statement today for the FA investigation, and in our point of view, what happened. All I can say, I think the game was a game in a nice stage, a nice stadium, where the managers before, during, and after the game was what they have to do. The players during the game, everybody fight to win the game. We could have win for more goals, and at the end we could draw with the save from Ederson. After the game, the players shake hands between them, no problems at all. And some players go to celebrate the fans like normal. And after, we went to the locker room. And I encouraged the player to celebrate the victories. But of course, inside of the locker room, with a huge respect for our opponents, not just for the Man United. For all the opponents, we try to celebrate it, because football and life is not about when we lose, you have to accept the defeat. And when we win, to try to celebrate it. We did it at home many times this season. I said many times, I don't know who's going to win or not win titles this season. I don't know. Nobody knows. But we cannot wait when the right moments. For example, we celebrate in Napoli when we qualify for the Champions League for next stage, finishing first. So you have to do that, but inside. So I am the guy who encourages them to celebrate it in that moment, but between each other, because football is like this, and it's what we did. And after what happened, hopefully cannot happen again. And what happened, we make the statement to FA's investigation, and after they're going to decide.
So can you tell us any details of
No.
Jose Mourinho coming into the room or anything like that?
No. I'm not going to comment about that.
Do you feel as if the celebrations maybe were too much?
No, definitely not.
Can
Believe me, definitely not. It was the same all over. For example, Southampton game, but it was more 96 minutes and something like that. But we were ready, we were happy. So believe me, we were happy. We won a derby against United, one of the, in that moment, the best rival we have to win it. So if the people expect we're not going to celebrate, no, we celebrated. But I think, like United win the games against Derby, they celebrate it. When Arsenal wins against United, they celebrate it. When United or Arsenal win the FA the last season, he celebrated. But where? Inside of the locker room. That is what we try to do, and we did it.
So if he doesn't like your celebrations, it's his problem?
Sorry?
If he doesn't like the way you celebrate, then it's his problem.
It was correct, believe me. We were there, and we hugged, we jumped, because we were happy. People can understand we were happy. We won the game, an important game. Of course, the title, but in that moment, in the locker room, we want to celebrate it. It's simple as that. But I think all the teams around the world, when we win a derby here in Spain, in Italy, in Germany, win the derby, the teams are happy. I win derbies in Germany against Borussia Dortmund or BVB, and we were so happy in the locker room. When we played in Barcelona with all the teams I played, when we won important games, like a finals or semi-finals or derbies, always we were happy. When Inter de Milan play in the football, the team who wins is happy and celebrate inside the room. It's what we did. Of course, the situation in Old Trafford is because when you go to the home locker room, you have to pass in front of the away locker room. But we were inside celebrating. That is normal. We didn't anything exceptional what we have done that season in the past and would happen in the future. But always we respect for our opponents, because we didn't go on the pitch or make something special. And the image can speak for themselves. What happened after the game, when David Silva or Kevin shake the hand for the opponents or go to our friends in front, nobody, the staff, were there in front of the seat. For us, it's normal celebration after win, and we did it in more happiness way in our locker room.
we understand Mikel Arteta got an injury to the head, a
Fraser,
cut. Can we?
One more on this, and then we're going to move on. Okay.
Can you explain anything as far as that happened?
No, I'm not going to explain the comments about this, particularly what happened there. I think explain what happened during the game, before the game, during the game, and after the game. After what happened, it happened, and the FA investigation knows our opinions about that.
Okay, so fingers crossed that the investigation will sort everything out, and you can move on from this for the future.
I was clear, no, what I said. That's all.
Next question.
Pep, does it bother you that a fantastic victory has been completely overshadowed? Nobody's talking about how well your team played.
No. People talk. People talk about how we play. All around the world, here, we talk.
But does it not
Of course, they
irritate-
talk. Of course, they talk again as well for what happened. But I think the people. So the game was good in the both sides. He played in their way. We played in our way. We could have scored more goals, and at the end, they could draw, could finish 2-2, could finish 1-4. So. Football is like this. Our counter-attack was not perfect. We make mistakes in the right decisions to finish the game. In this kind of games, we have to finish. Happened many times that season. We were 1-0 or 2-1. We have the actions to finish, and we make mistakes. And after those, we are in trouble. And that is important. After that, of course, when this kind of thing happened, I remember while we were in Spain when I see sometimes Patrick Vieira with Roy Keane. You know that situation. So it's not the first time. Hopefully, it will be the last. This kind of things sometimes happen.
Are you concerned that you're first and second in the league? You could play each other in the League Cup. You could play each other in the Champions League. Are you bothered that this might end up overshadowing?
I lived that situation in my past, so like a manager. So I'm going to try to handle the same way I did in the past. To focus on the game, focus on what we have to do to win our opponents. It doesn't matter who, and stay in football and as much as possible. I said to my players, so forget about it. What happened, stay in Swansea. Swansea now is the most important thing. And after Tottenham, stay focused in the game. It's what I did all my career, and I'm going to do that in the future.
Is it easy to do it, though, because we live in an era where people are obsessed with personalities, with clubs and rivalry?
Yeah, we cannot control that. What we control is when we speak in front of our players, what we say to them. So I said to them is try what we have to do to win the next game. And of course be correct with the opponent. I try to be a sportman, and I try to give to my players the best advices, because we represent what we represent ourselves first of all, and after the club.
Can I get your opinion on the Champions League draw yesterday?
Well, it's Basilea. It's the group stage from United was, and I didn't see too much. In that draw, it's always when happen this kind of draw to last 16 is in February. We're in December. Always I say the same. So, ask me that question 1 week or 2 weeks ago before that game, because I don't know how will be our conditions, about our injured players, about even the Basilea players, Basilea conditions. So it's far away. So now I cannot say the draw is the draw. So last season, when tried Monaco, everybody was happy, and after that, do you know what happened at the end of the draw? So it's just to focus in Swansea, and after we'll see.
You've won at Stamford Bridge. You've now won at Old Trafford. What does that do for your hopes in Europe? Do you feel like you can go anywhere now? Do the players feel confident they can go anywhere?
Until now, we show we are able to do good thing in the bigger stages, but it's past. And that doesn't give you the guarantee. The guarantee is going to happen in the future. Nobody knows. Because can be injured players, can be bad conditions, bad moments. So, and after we'll see. So in Champions League, the draw is like in that kind of competition is how you are in that moment, how you arrive in that moment. And now I cannot tell you exactly what's going to happen.
Pep, how is Vincent Kompany? Can he play at Swansea?
No, in Swansea no, but I think it's less than we expect. So hopefully can be in the future in the short time, but I don't know. Exactly, I don't know.
What is the nature of his problem?
Muscular.
Any more before the embargo, guys? Okay, couple in Spanish then.
Hola Pep, els dos últims equips que van agafar una distància considerable com a primers i que van acabar després guanyant la Lliga van ser el Chelsea l'any passat i el Leicester l'anterior. Cap d'ells jugava a Champions. Quina importància li dones a aquest fet, tenint en compte que aquest any el top 5 juga a Champions i estan a vuitens i l'Arsenal també està jugant a competició europea?
Molta importància. Per això li dono tant crèdit i tant valor al que hem fet, fins ara. No em traurà l'opinió, és a dir, això no garanteix guanyar títols, però no guanyar-los no em canviarà l'opinió de que som capaços de fer-ho i que hem sigut capaços de jugar d'aquesta manera aquí. Això no significa que guanyis o no títols, perquè quan queden 66 punts en tens 11 avantatges, evidentment, però aquí una o dues derrotes les fas sense adonar-te'n, et quedes a 6-7 punts un altre cop i la Lliga torna a estar oberta. Per tant, entenc que la gent després de la victòria diu ja està fet. Per sort l'entrenador no ho pensa i intentarà ficar-los al jugador al seu cap de que no és així. Però li dono molt importància perquè l'Antonio Conte bé es refereix a això moltes vegades, que l'any passat no van jugar molts partits i aquí hi ha molts partits. Quan tu jugues un partit per setmana fins al mes de gener tens molta més avantatge que no jugues cada 3 dies. Per tant ho hem fet jugant molts partits. Per això li dono tant crèdit i tant valor a aquests jugadors i estem tan contents de com estan anant les coses.
The last two Premier League winners, Leicester and Chelsea, got a similar gap over the other contenders in the leagues they won in the past, but any of them was playing Champions League in that season. Does that give more merit to what Manchester City is achieving so far this season? Well, obviously it makes an influence playing or not the Champions League, but does speak a lot of the merit to what we've done until now. Obviously that doesn't guarantee that you are going to win trophies at the end of the season, but that won't change my opinion about what we've done so far, the way we have played so far. Obviously in the future we can draw points, the league can be open again, but people might think we are already won the Premier League, but guys, I don't think that. Obviously the Champions League makes an influence, especially here in England where there's a lot of games to play, and for example Chelsea last season they have 1 game a week over the whole season, and now what we did playing so many games make us feel really proud and really happy for what we've done so far.
Hola Pep, lo has aclarado en inglés, quería si nos podrías aclarar en castellano lo que a tu parecer, lo que el City, de lo que sucedió en Old Trafford después del pitazo final.
¿Tu gente no habla inglés?
Bueno, para Latinoamérica y para todo, para España siempre es importante.
El partido creo que se desarrolló con toda normalidad. Antes del partido los entrenadores, tanto José como yo, antes, durante el partido, fue como debe ser. Los jugadores lucharon, pelearon, tuvieron las ganas de ganar. Después del partido las imágenes hablan por sí solos, se saludaron, se hablaron. Fuimos a celebrar con nuestros fans como hemos hecho durante toda la temporada. Y luego en el vestuario lo celebramos como siempre lo celebramos, de la misma manera, ni más ni menos, diría a veces menos que otras veces, y estábamos muy contentos porque les exijo que estén contentos, es decir, estábamos muy contentos de haber ganado el partido. Es normal, es un derbi y cuando ganas un derbi, sea en Italia, un Inter-Milan, sea un Juve-Inter, sea un Barcelona-Madrid, sea un Bayern-BVB, sea un Paris Saint-Germain-Mónaco, Paris Saint-Germain-Olympique-Marsella, cuando el equipo gana en su vestuario lo celebra. Lo ha celebrado siempre y se va a celebrar siempre. Ahora, hace 40 años y de aquí a 40 años. Y es lo que pasó. Lo que pasó luego, la Federación Inglesa nos ha pedido un statement, un report, y se lo hemos dado de lo que pasó con toda normalidad. Dejar que tradueixis, que ja és el mateix que he dit abans. Next one.
Okay guys, embargo for 10:30.